Yo, what's going on, everybody? I want to share with you all some reasons for why we isolate ourselves from people. If we can identify the what and the why behind your isolation, or if you can just realize in general that you are in fact isolating yourself, you are already on your way to becoming a healthier person. Here's the first reason for why people isolate themselves: a broken heart. People can be really strong, but our hearts are not strong. God constructed us to have certain needs and limitations, and our most basic need is to be loved by God and people. The broken-hearted person has, literally in the Hebrew language, a burst heart. They have lost the ability to trust, need, and to reach out for attachment. Many times they have been set up to be connected and receive love from important people, and each time something has broken down. Their deprivation is so great that they can no longer function relationally. And if you are isolating because of a broken heart, DM us or reach out to a trusted person for support. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are talking about why we isolate ourselves from people. Here's the second reason why we isolate: abandonment. The important thing is that you have to be attached in order to be abandoned. You have someone close to you for a period of time and they matter to you, then for various reasons that person leaves. This can be physical abandonment, such as a parent leaving the home or even dying, or it could be emotional, such as a depressed, overwhelmed, or alcoholic parent who simply removes emotional supplies from you. Whatever the situation is, we hope at first, but then it's lost and it leads to despair, sinking deep inside us like a man falling into quicksand. We lose our sense of expectation for love, and eventually we lose our need for it. The aching heart turns itself off. If you are isolating yourself because of abandonment, DM us or reach out to a person that you can trust for support. What's going on? Talking about isolating ourselves and why we do it. The third reason for isolation is that we've been attacked. We are never more vulnerable than when we need relationships. By its very nature, love means putting yourself out to someone and giving them the opportunity to hurt you. Love does not exist outside of risk, but there are those who deliberately hurt people. Some people, projecting their own self-hatred, attack others. And if your need for love has been attacked, you've probably learned very quickly how to shun relationships and find other ways to pass the time. Like a beaten dog scurries away from a hand that wants to pet it, the broken heart sounds an alarm of danger at any semblance of closeness. If you are brokenhearted, remember that God heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Realize that your isolation isn't working for you and begin searching for people who have enough constant, safe love inside of them where they can understand you and know how hard it is for you.
Yo, he really tried to sit me in the trunk, but I'm not about that. So we're out here talking about isolation. The next reason why we isolate ourselves is self-sufficiency. What's wrong with that? Well, God doesn't create us to be relationally self-sufficient. He loves our need for each other because it teaches us about love and it keeps us humble. If you're one of those self-sufficient types, you're maybe complimented as being responsible, independent, or grown up. Indeed, self-sufficiency has advantages because you get to avoid all the uncomfortable problems that come with needing people. No wonder giving up self-sufficiency is tough. But you have to find people who understand you. They'll know you can't feel your need for them, but they'll help you talk about the reasons you're disconnected. Over time, self-sufficiency will melt and gives way to need. You are then reconciled not only to God and others, but also to yourself. So let the love God has provided begin to melt the cold, hard ice of your self-sufficiency. What's up, y'all? We're talking about why we isolate ourselves, and the next reason is perfectionism. There are two ways perfectionism can cut us off from safe relationships. First, it disqualifies us from connection. The impossible standard of who I should be towers over us like a threatening cloud. You may constantly and acutely be reminded of your failures, sins, and weaknesses. The second reason is perfectionism disqualifies others from connecting with you. The condemning, judging spotlight of the perfectionist turns on to other people. They are often critical of others, though they don't mean to be. Often they're simply projecting their own self-hatred on others, attempting to relieve their own pressure a little bit. If this is you, you have to understand that you've turned ideals from goals into demands. And you should begin to allow others to both know and love you. Most perfectionists can't do both. They either feel loved and unknown or known and unloved. Remember, the antidote to perfectionism isn't being good, it's being loved.